So is there like, so it's because they're chronic, it's a parent-child decision to like not do this?
I always go back to a cancer kid, or if you have a kid with some sort of illness that is not responding to treatment or something like that, if you just want to let it be.
So if they were to go into cardiac arrest in class, would you ask your students to leave? What would be the appropriate protocol?
So in the back of your mind, you'll always want to have that idea too, what you want to do with your other students, because you think about the traumatic effects on the kids, if they see their peer, their friend going through this. So that's always first priority is, hello, I need someone in here, or I need my students to the library. It's a freak out kind of moment. It's scary. It's unpredictable. So that's why we bring this topic up, just so you can have it in your mind, so you can sit back and reflect on, if I was in this situation, how would I handle it, or what would I do?
Yeah, you're going to need counseling.
Yes, you probably will.
And your students are going to need counseling. Why? Why would that happen? Because it's that traumatic, isn't it? Just to have somebody sick in your classroom is traumatic. Yeah, but what do you do to care for your students if your child would maybe be taken off to the hospital and die in the hospital? How would you cope with that?
I think the hardest thing to me would be explaining to other kids what would happen. So you would have to figure out how to explain that to them in a way that they're going to understand it. But then I think it would be hard. I would have a hard time coping. I would just need to talk to someone, or just reflect on my own self. I don't know.
I was just gonna say there's moral and ethical concerns that you may have that may kind of impede on what you would do, because I don't know, when it's different when you have this plan and then it actually happens.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's just.
And if you're not comfortable following that, then you need to let them know at the beginning, so that either the child can be moved with a different teacher, or that it can be discussed. And there's also, it depends on your district, but there's certain laws or policies that the school districts have in place regarding DNRs. So you would want to know what the policies of your district are as well.
At what age does it become the child's decision? Is there an age that it becomes their decision if they want a DNR?
Yeah, by law it would be 18, but it just depends on the family too. There could be a 12-year-old that has, the relationship with their parent and their understanding of everything that the child's gone through, and they say, I don't want to go through it anymore. That would be really hard for the parent, I'm sure, to accept, but seeing their child in that pain, or whatever the situation is that's led them up to the DNR, it's an individualized thing. So, but I've seen kids as young as 8 or 9 have that conversation with their parents, and parents respect that. And I think too, a lot of it comes from the doctor too, that there's not much more that we can do, or if we do this, the effects would be X, Y, and Z, more pain, more suffering. The bad things outweigh the